Hello lovelies, it's Sharni Haines here from South Australia, and I'm going to show you today how I made this lovely double Z fold pop-up card. And it's, I think, a really great card, very versatile, could be for wedding, engagement, baby, special event, birthday, or just because. And it's just a fun thing to do, and it's actually full of foliage. And even though it looks like it's out of a florist, there's not a single flower on it. This isn't my original, the Z-fold isn't my original design. I got it from Deb Valder, and she did a fantastic YouTube on this with a very different card. Hers was an Easter card, explained it really well, and I loved it. But I thought, because this is so busy and it might, people might, if they want to make this particular card, might enjoy seeing how to do it specifically. So welcome. First of all, I started off with a blushing bride, a 4-piece sheet of paper, and I cut that. You don't waste a single piece of this sheet, it all gets used. So I'll show you. I cut that 11 by 4 1/4, and then the next strip 11 1/8, and the last strip was already there, obviously. So I just trimmed off a little bit off the edge because our A4 was a little bit longer. And the next trick I did was I scored them. So as you can see, the biggest piece was scored 2 3/4 and 5 1/2, and the next piece identical, exactly the same. And these got folded and burnished, and there's your Z, and like so. And that's how we will attach that. The final piece was scored nearly 1 inch, 7/8, 3 5/8, 4 1/8, 6 7/8, and 10 1/8. And again, burnished all the edges, all the score edges, and you end up with a nice little Z shape or something like that anyway. Then I put double-sided tape on one side, one of the hinges that's facing out, and then I turned it over and did the same, the hinge facing out. So when it's going to be attached to your card, there are the surface areas that will be touching your card, like so. So you can see that. So I had cut for the white pieces that you can see, I used Whisper White. For the front piece, I used a 2 1/2 by 4 piece of Whisper White there, and the very back page 5 1/2 by 4. So let's get to it, hey? So I've already scored, folded, as you can see, and same with this one. Good. Now it's looking identical at the moment, so what you need to do is flip it, turn it over so the long bit is at the front, so it's the opposite. Now the original card that Deb made, she actually put hers to the bottom. I've seen cards done that way. I've seen cards done at the top. I've seen some with a top and a bottom, obviously cut thinner. Mine, I'm doing mine in the middle, but of course you can do what you like. And the little trick to getting to finding where I want to stick it, how far to do the glue, I gave myself a little line, and fully focused for this one. So it fits perfectly square. And before we glue this one on, which is all nice and tacky, ready to go, we need to decorate the base card with some gold embossing stitched all round. I've got all my bits here. So now I've got this, I need to go and blow dry it. I need to go and heat emboss it, so I'll be back. Hello, I'm back. And I have embossed my Whisper White, which I'm now going to stick down before I do the rest of the card. And then I might give a little bit more glue here now. It's sort of dried a bit too much. And we glue him so the whole thing's nice and flat. Starting. It's starting to come alive, isn't it? Next bit. We've got all these lovely ziggies. And if you can see, maybe we have, I hope we get it the right way. We start this way so it fits in. So you've got your sticky bits on and they fit in so. Trick is to stick the front and the back on first. Now, I always do a little bit of Tombow on top of the double-sided, and that gives me a bit of wiggle time, and I can get the piece in and move it if I need to. Now I've cut mine backwards a little bit. You can see one piece is thicker than the other, but that doesn't bother me today because this is purely to show you what I've done. He's stuck in there, and then the other bit. It's a little bit fiddly, this bit. And he sits flush with the base. So you can see I've got the two ends in, nice and firm. Now, you can see I have actually cut these two. This one should be on the inside and that should be on the outside. Doesn't matter, it's a demo card. The next bit is to peel off, these bits. Fold your card flat and press, because that's the finished look you want. Open him up and voila, look at that. So now we have a perfectly box-shaped little pop-up centerpiece, which just makes the card look really professional and finished, I guess. Okay, so the next bit is all the fun stuff. Now we get to embellish and decorate. No, I used stitched all round and first frost, and I used the bundles, so I used also the frosted bouquet framelits, so, and I also used the stitched labels framelits. Okay, and a little trick, I photocopy the dies before I pull them out of the packet, so I know what's in there, and this saves me counting or working out how many are in there and where maybe to place them. So they're photocopied. I just photocopied the whole thing in the photocopier, not on the magnet base obviously, and then I have a nice record of what I actually have in that die set. So with that, I have a special little basket with all the bits I've done already ahead of time. He goes on sort of last, but I use him as a guide where to put all my other pieces. I've got little leaves that I've used from the leaf punch. I'll just get it for you here. Don't you love the punches? Oh, they're so quick and wonderful. I love them. And I've cut out what seems thousands of these beautiful, intricate little, I don't know what they are, little, some sort of polleny, petally, wattly things. So just for interest, I've done 5 whites because that's what I've used on the original card. I've cut 3 lots of the old olive. I've got 2 pink in this and 1 white. So that's Blushing Bride still. I cut a little heart. Whoops. And I've stamped these. Now, I've actually used paler pizzazz because I found that was a bit too strong for my card. So, and I've done 2 pairs because they'll go in like 2 pairs. I've also cut a white and a petal pink label. And the fun thing I've got here is the circle, which is here, as you can see. Now I haven't cut this one. This is from the new tree stamps. I can't think of what it's called, but I'm not going to bother with that today. I'm just going to stick with the 2 stamp sets. So if you can see, there's a tiny little bit of pattern cut embossed on the circle. If you want to, you can do what I did and emboss that, and you'll get a beautiful textured image on the circle. Now I wanted 2 different heights and lengths, so I just trimmed off, just used a bit of glue. Stuck them together like so, positioned. I did go off the page a lot with this. I don't know how I'm going to get it in an envelope yet. That's going to be fun. I might have to make special envelopes for them. So you can obviously cut these down. Now I didn't glue all the way up. I like the little bits poking out and hanging off. I think that's really elegant and makes everything look a bit more 3D. And I just kept going back to putting him on top just to keep perspective. Another piece, and I did like him hanging off the edge, so I glued in the center. Another little trick I did is when this was stuck on the dimensionals in a little bit. You can actually stick this on and just slip in all your greenery without a problem. Slowly coming alive. Now you can see I've actually got on this one some of the artesian pearls, which are beautiful, just beautiful. And you can use the colours are so, they blend so well that you can use the pales or you can even use the brighter ones. I think they both work. I think they're really, just lovely. And the ribbons on the end here, I love it. I love the colour, I love the texture, and I love the fact that you can fray the ends if you want to. If you have a look, you can actually unweave it. I don't know if you can see. So you can just have a fun. This is the pretty powder pink mini ruffled ribbon. And I actually threaded it through. I'll cut this a little bit sharper. These two holes here. And it is actually easy to do it once it's set up, because there's my little pokey tool. Oopsie. And gently pull through. Give yourself enough. Okay, now I may have skipped a fair bit because I forgot to turn the camera on. Sorry, very sorry. I have got to this stage, so I don't know how much you saw. I might have to go back and do it again, I'm not sure. I have now slowly stuck in all the pieces, and how I've done that is double-sided tape on the back, so this front bit's sticky, so he gets stuck like so, and that's the final piece for that. Hello, welcome back. I'm just finishing off the last part of the card. As you can see, I've stuck on the circle, and it is die cut and embossed with that lovely embossing piece that I showed you earlier. Glued him on, and I've also used the gold embossing powder on this little piece, which I'll stick on. Just to finish off and match the other white one. There's a blank space here, so I thought I would put something on there to fill that gap in. You could even put a cute message or something there. And one last little touch was another little pink frilly, which I replaced with some greenery. You can see anything's doable, anything's versatile. I should have stuck him on last so he overlapped there, but that's alright, I can fix that. I might even cut another little bit. Might even do this. How about that? It's a sneaky trick. It's like I tell my ladies, everything's fixable, or it's just paper. I can do it again. Piece of whisper white to write your message. That's it for today. Thank you for watching.